Welcome to our first 15-minute little bridge builder network power up, bro. And I'm just excited to jump on and chat right now with our network, with our community. And we're gonna be efficient with the time the way that we planned on for this evening. And um, so our goal with these power ups, our goal with these chats, with these times on these weekly deals for the bridge builder network for the community is to just really lean into the opportunity that exists and lean into the reality that this next level piece is available for all of us. I had meeting after meeting after meeting today, and the consistent theme kept coming up throughout it is that the hurdles, the roadblocks, the distractions, right, are immense, and certain people feel them more than others, and it's hard, it's discouraging, and people really are flying solo in a lot of areas, man. And it really is heartbreaking. And I'm not just on the hoorah, but in the reality that that people really are flying solo. I'm gonna be transparent, man. My wife having a hard time with her business, right? And with the reality of what it's taken to move her career, her business, her enterprise, her stuff forward, and really disheartened by what's available for her, right? Who's doing the pieces, doing the work, and then what people really need. She says that she's always tells me she's a microcosm of what people are really feeling, and that people are feeling alone. They're not feeling resourced. They're not feeling help, and then ultimately they're feeling discouraged. In a way that suicide and depression are up for demographics that you just wouldn't anticipate it from.
Right.
Like teenage girls and who society knows is what upbeat and giddy and silly and happy, but the reality is that life is not producing and generating for a lot of people what they expect it to. I think part of that is like we talk about what's your expectation? Like, what are you looking to happen? What is that? But then also, when it doesn't happen, bro, it's rough and it's hard, but you're not flying solo. And I think that's the piece that we are really pressing into and leaning into, with this network, with the Bridge Builder Network, is that you're not flying solo. You're not, right. We say it all the time, bro. What is it? No man is an island entire of itself. Right. And so when we stay in those spaces and we are, in our own lane, in our head, but not gaslighting, because it is hard, right? You know what I'm saying? It is hard. It is tough. And that is just a matter of fact. But we have opportunity, we have resources, we have capacity to still get the W, the way that we dream of, right? The way that we hope, that we anticipate, that we look forward to. And so, what I'm hopeful for is that, when we have these 15-minute power-ups, that we have some context for what the work is and that we're energized to do it. I know this is Tuesday evening, but it's like your Monday morning motivation. It's like that espresso shot of coffee. It's like that push, that boost to get you, one, in the right mindset. But then from there is to like legit add value into your arena, right? And so as the network continues to grow and we got, all different trades and different people on, then this will be a moment where you get some high level but really pointed information. And so today I want to share a little bit about federal contracting. So my wife and I are on this journey with the federal contracting. That is my trade, my craft. I've been doing it forever. I am credentialed in it. She needs it as a vehicle to really move some other things forward. And so, for the federal contracting market, here's a real relevant nugget. I spoke to the district representative for the Nashville district today, and her theme is the same as most other districts. The infrastructure money is coming down the pipe, right? The infrastructure money is there, it's real. In fact, just last week, the New Orleans district said that they normally manage $1 billion in revenue. They now have $6 billion to manage and to move, right? Yeah. And so there's a lot of opportunity. And then the lady in the Nashville district told me the same as other districts, is that they're still organizing and figuring out how they're going to procure, how they're going to get the work onto the streets. And so it's not to the point where you've missed the drop, right? The ball hadn't dropped, hadn't struck 12 to where all of it's allocated for this fiscal year. and it's coming, and they have ridiculously more amounts of work available than they normally do, and it hadn't let yet. There's different pieces of it there. We're doing okay getting the contract here, there, but it's coming. And so that is some insider scoop. If you are in this lane of federal contracting, you have right now is the time to mash on the gas in order to get in front of the buyers, to refine your capability statement, to get it on their desk, to let them know who you are. So as they are figuring out, okay, how are we going to deliver these projects? How are we going to get this work done? You're at the top of their radar, right? You're at the top of the list. And so like, hey, you know what? Let's call Peter. Let's call Chauncey. Let's call, whoever has been in front of us, whoever's been bugging us. So that is some real deal, real time, perspective information on how to level up. Our goal is not to gaslight or to leave you hanging. We want to provide that value. And this is it. So I'm excited for these power-ups. This one today, for the ones coming up in the future, for the people that have joined these weekly calls and really a part of the network to level up, right? We're building bridges and changing lives. That's the name of the game for our network. Building bridges and changing lives.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, bro?
Man, well, you and I had a good call this morning, just talking through this whole idea. We've talked about doing these power-ups, these weekly power-ups, because I know that it is hard. I mean, it can be very discouraging. There can be, last week, you and I recorded a podcast, and it was supposed to be, enjoy the journey, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. And that morning we both woke up and we're not feeling very motivated. We were up against a lot of hurdles and all that. And I think right now the theme is that, and I think it was good that it happened that way, because we were able to say, you know what, this is why we're doing it. Even though it is challenging, the challenge, the struggle, the hurdles, the setbacks, all the stuff that we're facing, again, don't want to minimize it all. I mean, there are some legitimate struggles that y'all are facing, and especially right now in the with the way the economy is going, and depending on the industry that you're in, man, I could say that having gone through the pandemic, Chauncey, for you, I know going through the pandemic and being an essential business, because you were a government contractor, was such a huge thing for you and your business. You were able to not only maintain but actually grow, while other people were actually losing work. And I know now a lot of the struggle is there's not a shortage of work to be done, but there's a shortage of supply. So, I know a lot of people in construction and in manufacturing, they are not struggling for getting new orders, but they're struggling on getting materials and parts to fill those orders. So there's a lot of that stuff going on. And so what do you do? Like, what do you do when you have legitimate struggles that you just don't have the answers for? What do you do when there's some insurmountable challenge that's in front of you, and you literally have exhausted every last resource? You've done everything that you possibly can do. Well, I would venture to say, if you're not part of a bigger network, or if you've been pulling on your own resources, or maybe pulling on the resources of your insular network or the people that you normally kind of go to and do business with, that you're eventually going to hit that point, especially now, where you do run out of options, you do run out of opportunity, and you kind of exhaust all your normal avenues. And being a part of a bigger network, especially a network of people that are in multiple industries, that are, some are in what would be considered essential businesses, businesses that the government is basically subsidizing, and then some people that are in the private sector, finance, consulting, marketing, just the whole gamut of business development. And you can plug in with a bigger network. It's kind of like tapping into the main line, like you plug into the main line, you get access to the whole spectrum, versus just plugging into your own regular sources. And so, I think, again, we don't want to minimize the challenge that you're facing, but we also want to present the Bridge Builders Network as an opportunity. Maybe it's another way or another avenue for you to unlock some potential that you didn't realize you had, or open up some new opportunities, maybe in an industry or an area that you had never considered. I know with government contracting, a lot of times people think, well, I'm not a building contractor, or I'm not military or whatever, and so government contracting is not for me. You literally could do any, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can speak to this more than anyone, Chauncey, because you know this. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be a baker, you could be a chef, you could be you could do house cleaning, you could be whatever. It really doesn't matter. And there is a government contract opportunity out there for you. So this is Chauncey's sweet spot. He
Yeah.
knows this like the back of his hand. And he's taken his wife Kirsty, who has a clothing brand. She's a musician. She's got a lot of things on her plate too. All those opportunities are available to her through there's federal contracting opportunities all over the place. So I want to encourage you to think that way. If you've been kind of getting stuck in that mindset of I hit a wall, I don't have any other opportunity, I don't know what else to do, I don't know where else to go. This may be, and now what I want to say this on that point, about a year and a half ago, Chauncey and I got together and we created a course about federal contracting, basically from start to finish. If you want to figure out how to get into this federal contracting thing, take the course. I don't know how much it is right now to take, but you want to talk about that and the price points and where to go?
Absolutely. So, teeing it up is that the U.S. federal government is the #1 spender in the world, right? The U.S. federal government spends more money, buys more stuff than any other entity on the planet, right? And so you want to be in a relation, and they buy everything from everybody, right? Everybody's a contractor to the federal government. Everybody's a contractor to the federal government. And so from the socks to the baked goods to the sack lunches on bases to everything, the media, the events that they host, there's a contractor who coordinates all the things, the spaces that they have their equipment in. They lease the building. So the federal government is the biggest buyer in the world. That's #1. And so if you have a product, you have a service, you have a good, whatever your thing is, there is a opportunity for you to sell it to the federal government and get that essential worker, designation where you have a recession-proof income, right? Recession-proof, to where the government, when things happen, when things fall apart, who's spending? Who's writing the checks? Who's giving money out? So if that is who your primary customer is, that gives you a stability and a surety like nobody's business. Yeah, and so we do. Peter and I, we worked together and we created a course because, in the pandemic, I grew 300%, right? Opened up a couple of new offices in different states. Like that is the volume of business that we had going on, while it wasn't the same case for a lot of people. And that is really what motivated me to say, hey, this vehicle, it afforded me the opportunity to take care of my family in this way. A lot of other people need this, right? That I can't drink all the water in this ocean, right? Nobody can. And so there's just so much opportunity to, like, I need to package this and show people. I'm telling people, hey, sign up like this. Hey, go to this website, go. And then it was just so much volume that we had to really organize it so that we can serve anybody who's interested in a very efficient and effective, accurate way. And so, yeah, we have a course. You can go over to chaunceyhorton.com. You can really, I think a lot of that information also lives on the bridge-builders.co website. So, either one of those routes, you can connect to it. And then there's a course. And I think we have 12 modules. They're broken up into very palatable, digestible sections and segments that's going to walk you from, A to Z on how to really cut through the red tape of federal contracting. That's the name of the game.
But then once you do that, if you get through that course and you're like Chauncey, because Chauncey did this, but basically he figured all this stuff out on his own. I mean, he had help along the way, but he kind of figured all this stuff out and wrote all the course material. But if you're not a Chauncey Horton and you're not the kind of person to go out and just figure it out for yourself, and you need some help, Chauncey also does periodical. He'll do boot camps, he'll do cohorts, and he'll bring people together. He'll bring you together and work one-on-one or in a group setting with Chauncey to actually have some handholding, and he can walk through certain elements of the process with you, help you writing your all your resumes
proposals
and
and your all
proposals
that
and all,
stuff. Yeah.
figuring it all out, and so he can work with you directly to help you get the best possible shot at landing a really significant and substantial contract with the federal government, which, like he said, would be a recession proof, pandemic proof, whatever proof, future proof contract. Which, I mean, especially right now, I don't know any other industry where you can say that, where you could say, you know what, this contract that I'm about to land is going to be recession proof, or you know, whatever proof, future proof, right? So I mean, this is all about that right now. I mean, we weren't planning on going this hard and heavy about the government contracting, but I really think for tonight, for this power up, I want to encourage you. If you've been feeling discouraged, if you've been feeling bummed out, if you've been feeling like, you know, I don't know what to do next, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling like I've hit a wall and there's no other we got lots of opportunities. And then on top of that, if you do have something that you want to share, we can also help you create a course of your own and monetize that and get that going, just like we did with Chauncey. And we can do stuff like this for you. There's so many opportunities, guys, and we want to open up all of our resource library to you. So that's why we want to encourage you to join the network. We're doing the early bird special for those of you that haven't already joined. If you go to bridge-builders.co and join the network, it's like $20 right now a month, which is ridiculously low. You get so many resources. You get access to calls like this. Like, this call is pretty much only available to people that have joined, but we will share it out from time to time. We'll share bits and pieces out with the general public to encourage them to come in. But so if you are part of the network already, you know what's up. And if you're not part of the network already, you want to know what's up, and we want to meet you and partner with you.
Absolutely, man. That's the name of the game. Is these power-ups are like your plug up into the surge protector. You know, like jump on with like-minded people. As we continue to split them up, we'll break out in industry-specific deals, and then we will have this type of real-world information. But really, this is the get that reboot, that recharge within this network of, hey man, here's some inside information. Here's what you need to do. You got this. We're a team. We got your back within this network. And you know, another piece to the federal contract is, why are you doing what you're doing? Most of us have people in our lives, right, and in our circles and in our families that we care about, right? And so this is a path for generational wealth. The revenue, the margins, the percentages that is available through this vehicle is unmatched. You know, people throw real estate and different things like that, but in the timetable that you're getting these type of returns, you know, there's no other industry, you know, in this country where you can earn this type of way. So it's the financial freedom piece. It is the generational wealth piece. It is, you know, answering the dreams. It's the vehicle to move all your visions and your goals and dreams forward, bring them into reality, you know. And so I'm super excited. And we do the camps, and there's, you know, when you go to the course, you find us, there's different ways that we can help resource you and get you moving in the direction that you're looking for, if this is a route to go. But regards to that, like Peter's saying, join, hook up into the network and get this reboot every week, plug up to the socket, go out and grind, go out and take some territory, right? It's available. Eat it up. Yeah, we're excited, man. And Peter, this is a good call, good time this Tuesday. Power up for the network insiders, the Bridge Builder Network, and I look forward to just really resourcing so many more and more professionals and people who are looking to hit that next level with building bridges and changing lives.